Hi, welcome to the National Critics' Choice Online News. And today we have Mr. Manas Rajan Mahapatra with me. He is the editor for the National Center for Children's Literature, National Book Trust India, for the Ministry of Human Resource Development for the Government of India. Mr. Manas, please tell us more about the opportunities, in the publishing industry for India, and what kind of challenges that you face ahead.
During last 2 decades, children's publishing for children has increased manifold in India. When India publishes these days more than 50,000 books in a year and publishes in more than 40 languages. There are opportunities in the vernacular market for the publishers of the country, and also there are opportunities because there is a big growth in the number of public schools and reading of English literature. So there is a lot of scope for the publishers even outside the country to sell their children's books in English. And of course, so far the challenges are concerned, the biggest challenge is to have India is a very old country, old civilization. So to publish something which is modern at the same time doesn't harm the cultural feeling of the country, to have a synthesis. That is the biggest challenge. And second, of course, affordability. Because the economic condition is not, of course, in urban setup, in affluent class, it is good. But the country has about 80% people, those who cannot buy books at a very high rate. So there is always need to have to publish books at an affordable price. And second, the accessibility, the availability and accessibility part of books. The country doesn't have in small towns and hotments. There are not many good bookstores. So there is, again, it's a challenge to have a proper distribution network.
And speaking about the distribution and the infrastructure, are there any opportunities for collaboration for foreign investors coming to India to establish a good distribution network as well as investments in this case for the publishing industry?
Well, there is no problem if foreign investors come, and of course there is opportunity. But again, the affordability is a big thing. They can join, but they have to make books available at a very affordable price. So the distribution network is to be planned in such a way. I personally feel also the country is now growing in its publishing for children. So maybe for publishing we don't need foreign investors, but for distribution, as you have rightly said, we need foreign investors or foreign collaborators. And second, the rights you spoke about, the rights of books, both ways, the rights of Indian books to be promoted abroad. There can be co-publishing rights of books from other parts of the world having co-publication in India. There is of course possibility, and it should be explored.
Is there also any opportunity where content from India can be made available for translation into English and other languages?
Yes, that is there we work. National Book Trust promotes translation of Indian books abroad. And we have a scheme of assistance also, financial assistance. So if books from India, any publisher is interested to translate and publish in other languages, contents are available. We have published a rights catalog, and most of the contents are available in English also, in English translation. So that is possible, and it is available.
What's next for India? I heard that you have an annual international book fair coming up in New Delhi. Could you elaborate more?
Yeah, we have a New Delhi World Book Fair, and from this year rather, it has been made annual, and next year it is happening in February, early February. So it's the largest in Asia and Africa, and having more than 2,000 participants from various parts of the globe. We want more people, more publishers from abroad to come and participate in the World Book Fair. There can be collective participation, there can be individual participation. We don't mind. And in case participation is not possible, then maybe publishers' delegations or writers' delegations can come and see the World Book Fair, participate in various events like there are authors' readings, there is a children's pavilion. Poland is guest of honor country for next year, so we'll have a lot of show of Polish literature and all that. And then other publishers, they are also doing a lot of events. So the authors, the publishers, the people, those who are in the knowledge world in other countries, they can come and see. It is happening in Pragati Maidan, and the New Delhi, the climate of New Delhi is very congenial in February, and New Delhi is also not that costly as a place for staying and all that. And maybe there also we can help. If people are coming from outside, we have some hotels on the panel. We can very well negotiate to have the most reasonable charge for the foreign participants coming, and those who are coming on reciprocal basis. Suppose in certain countries, certain book fairs, we participate, like in AFCC, Asian Festival of Children's Content, they have given us a free stand, and we have offered them a free stand in the New Delhi World Book Fair. So that arrangement we have with several countries, cultural exchange or whatever, several countries and organizations. Then it is, like they give us free hospitality for certain days, certain people, number of people, and we will give them free hospitality for certain number of people and for certain days. And we also will organize trade discussions for those people in our, both in the rights table as well as in various forums, various pavilions. So one should definitely visit New Delhi World Book Fair next year.
And what will be the competitive edge compared to other world book fairs around the world that Delhi has? And what sort of unique features that you would propose for first-time travelers to New Delhi, to this wonderful World Book Fair?
Well, as you know, New Delhi World Book Fair is 40 plus years old. We have already completed, we started it in 1971, so it is going to the 43rd year. And so far as the rights are concerned, much remains unexplored. So one can very well, try to sell rights and buy rights in the New Delhi World Book Fair. And then the product. The New Delhi World Book Fair is the only event where people from various parts of the country come to know, come to see what is happening in the world. So maybe one can go and see what sort of books can sell in the country and can get the right kind of buyers and can have a long-term network. So that is the advantage. And the country, is very big, and it has even the reading population is increasing day by day, and the literacy rate is increasing, but there are not sufficient books. So there is of course a vacuum which can be filled by good books from outside. Though Indian publishing for children is fast growing, but of course there is possibility to have good modern fiction, humor, thriller, fiction, all these things. Not area specific, not region specific. I am talking of general books of general nature. There is possibility to promote these books and the market, to find out a big market in Indian languages through New Delhi World Book Fair.
And also, Mr. Manas, one more question. That is, what would be your recommendation for investors or businessmen coming to India, wanting to set up a publishing headquarters or company in India? What would be your advice? Do they need to seek a partner to partner with them, or can they do it by themselves? And what are the kinds of the tax implications involved, or is there any incentive where the Indian government can offer to encourage more books to be published in India?
Well, so far the Indian government is concerned, government may not encourage publishing. Setting up office of multilingual publishers, but as such, publishing as such never depends on government. You for a power plant or any sort of plant or industry, you need more space. Many international, multinational publishers like Pearson Education, like Scholastic, like in NGO sector, Room to Read, and Hassett, many such, and of course in the good old days, Oxford University Press, Cambridge University Press, McGraw-Hill, all these Longman people, they were operating, and now also many new publishers are coming. Government, I don't think government can offer any sort of incentive, because governments as such government's buying is not much. If you look at the market, the sort of books bought by government, those books are not published by the multinational publishers. So, Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, for example, rural children or children of the underprivileged community, for them, National Book Trust, Pratham, children's books, these books are the best, with region specific or culture specific or fun based, Indian fun based, Indian culture based, folk culture based literature or books. But when we are talking of big publishers of the world, they have a bit bigger clientele. But I'll tell you, there is possibility of publishers of higher academics to operate in India, because there are not many books. I think if they go, in certain cases, government may help them, not completely. Not giving them full, suppose a place or benefits or incentive or subsidy. All these things may not be possible, but government would definitely promote them, because there are not many books in the higher academics.
Well, once again, thank you for joining us here, Mr. Manas, here at the National Critics' Choice. Mr. Manas, could you give us, our viewers, the website address where they can contact you for more information, and also in regards to the World International Book Fair in New Delhi?
Well, one can very well see our website www.nbtindia.org.in, www.nbtindia.gov.in, and also my email ID can be accessed. One can send me mail and get information. My mail ID is mrmahapatra@yahoo.co.in.
Once again, thank you for joining us here at the National Critics' Choice. Have a good day ahead.
Thank you.